So, a friend of mine messaged me this morning and was basically like, "You have such a great life. How can I have a better life too? It's pretty hard at the moment." Well, starting off, everybody has a hard life in one way or another because challenges are always going to be there wherever you're at in your evolution. But I do feel that I've got something to share in the way of improving your life because where I am, for whatever that is, isn't a mistake. It's not luck, and it wasn't given to me on a plate, although I have had lots of help along the way, as we all have, as we all do receive, I hope. But yeah, just come up with a few basic, what I feel like are foundations for having a quality life. So, I mean, I could talk about this topic for hours, but to kind of summarize and to simplify it, I feel like a key to having a good life and good surroundings, good everything that comes in from that, is by lightening up. By lightening up, you know. I mean, it's about how we feel, really. All these all these things in our life, all this, like, to do with our body or to do with our attitudes, what's hurting us, what's helping us. It's about how we feel, in life, like how these things, what these things represent to us and how they make us feel. So, in the kind words of Bashar, the fastest way to enlightenment is to lighten up. So, on that line, it's I feel it's about lightening all layers of yourself. So, lightening your attitudes and the way you think, the way you speak, and the way you act. Um, Lightening your diet and what you put into your body, because that will make you feel differently. And then to, like, lighten your body is a big thing, because all of these things, they all affect each other, which ultimately lightens the spirit. And then when we're connected, more consciously with our spirit, with our higher self, then it's kind of like an alignment comes along. When we're really playing the game in alignment with what our higher self wants, then synchronicity shines, and then opportunity turns up, and all these things, kind of like all the pieces of the puzzle, fall into place much easier. So for lightening up your attitudes, or lightening up what your mind is thinking of, so you've got to be kind to your world first and foremost. Like, it's kind of like we've all got the potential to be our best friends, but what we seem to have been experiencing is being our worst enemies. So we're being like the hardest on ourselves. We're hurting ourselves with our own put downs of ourselves. I'm not good enough, or I'm too this, or I'm too that, or not enough this, or not enough that, or punishing ourselves and saying that we're not deserved. But we are deserved. We do deserve everything, and we are good enough, and etc., etc. But these are things that these are gifts that you need to give to yourself first. All of what's being expressed in your world is really, it's like a physical representation of first and foremost what you've been thinking. Everything was a thought first. Like this deck that I'm sitting on, the house over there, the clothes, all of these things were like all the thought. How the shape of my body right now is like, it all come from a thought. It all started off with thought. So to lighten your world, to lighten the feelings about what you have in your world, you got to lighten your attitudes. So, it's like this power of positive thinking. It's like, if you see the sunny side of things, if you see the silver lining of things, if you become a glass half full person, giving the benefit of the doubt to people and yourself, and to be kind and soft and compassionate. All of these things are really powerful things that you can, like, help your world with. presuming the best. All of these things are synonyms of being positive. So it's like being actively positive. It's, being actively, taking part in the positivity of your world, letting it sprout from here first. And one of the most powerful things that you can do with your positivity is appreciate everything. This power of appreciation is probably the single most important thing that you can do to improve upon what's already there. So, the improving upon what's already there is the easiest way to get to where you want to go with the big things, because they're already here. They're already here. The blue sky's already here. The sun's already shining. The birds are already singing. There's already clean water coming out of the taps. There's already, a roof over your head, the food in your belly. These are the simple things. And keep on going to the bigger and bigger things. Living in the best version of the world to date, I believe. Growing, evolving. There's money in your bank, one way or another. There's, friends around the corner, one way or another. Family. I mean, all of these blessings that are here already, that you can build upon. So the power of appreciation is very effective. Very effective. I mean, that's what they reckon is the best way to pray as well, is to not have a prayer of supplication of like, I don't have this, please give this to me, God. But a prayer of appreciation. Thank you for what has been given. Thank you for the blessings in my life. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you for all of the bountiful everything that's been given to me. And you need to get this specific with this, on this, about your own life. That's what I'm trying to say, is to be appreciative of your own life is the best way to improve your own life. So, appreciating everything. And there's a lot of techniques that we can go into for that, like, journaling, appreciation, Book of Positive Aspects, which Abraham Hicks talks about, Rampage of Appreciation, where you take a few moments out and just like run through like everything positive in your world, like say it out loud or think it. Saying it out loud is very effective though, because you can hear it with your own ears, and whatever your own ears hears from your own voice really locks it in, because believe it or not, you are the most trusted person in your world. So whatever you say is what your cells, what your being, what your emotions are reacting to. And what your emotions, how your emotions feel about all of this is really the key to kind of like understanding that you're on the best track or not. I mean, we could talk in the whole other video about this. It's like the communication between you and your higher self, and that your higher self is speaking to you through your emotions. And so basically a positive emotion is a yes, and a negative emotion, a bad feeling, is a no. As simple as that. Yes, things are looking good. Yep, great, good positive emotion. I put my hand on the stove, that feels bad, metaphorically, and that feels bad, so it's a no. Don't go there. Don't think about that kind of stuff. There's exceptions like, processing grief and whatnot, but to move yourself towards a more positive feeling state of being on whatever subject is really the goal. Not to ignore your emotions or to cover them over with a happy sticker, but to feel where you're at and then go, well, I can grow upon that and feel even better. So that's really important. And then, so that's with your mind, and then with your body, like, your diet. Let's go with the diet first. I believe that lightening your diet has an effect on the rest of your world, because these things are all interconnected, like, so your diet and your body, and then your body and your mind, and then your mind affecting everything else like that, and tapping in with the law of attraction because of what you're thinking and feeling. It's all interconnected. So if this video is about all of it all together, so lightening your diet is really important. So, eating more fruit and veggies, less meat, less of those things that personally make you feel heavy. So your body and your makeup might want, you know, more of this or less of that. But you need to know yourself. You need to listen to yourself. Listen to your own body. Your body knows best. You know, how do you feel? You've got to ask yourself the question: how do I feel after I put that thing into my body? Not like before, because the before feeling can actually be your cells that you've personally programmed to like crave something, which could be junk food or junk drink, whatever. But it's about how you actually feel afterwards. The after effects of how your body feels after intaking that thing. So, being conscious of your diet and lightening your diet. Go lighter, go fresher, like foods with more energy in them, like more prana, more life force, more sunlight. Plants, fresh plants that have had the sunlight being put into them to make them grow, they're full of life. Most of them are actually still alive when we're eating them, and it's their pleasure. Would you believe? Especially if we're giving thanks. Especially if we're giving thanks. But you canned and processed stuff, it's had the life just like squeezed out of it. There's nothing good left in those things. I mean, you got some chemicals and whatnot, but it's like it is chemicals a lot of the time. Avoiding the numbers on the back of the can. Look at the numbers. Look at the numbers on this packet. They're the things to avoid, because numbers, they're not food. They're not food. Like your body doesn't want those things. So like lightening up your diet is really important. And then lightening your body in turn. So, to get a better life, really, really recommend doing some exercise. Getting up and moving in your day, whatever it is for you that really gets you going. It might be a sport, might be like a soft recreation, might just be like walking the dog. Might be walking the dog a little bit brisker than you usually do. But what's really important about whatever this exercise is if you can take some deep breaths with it. Oxygen is so important to your whole system. Like oxygen is your body's favourite thing to have. It's like the more oxygen that you can get into the system, the more that everything else works. It's a key to all of the metabolic processes in your body. It's right at the top of the chain. So that's really important to do that. And I might also add not to go in too strong with your exercises, especially if you're not used to it. If this is new to you, to go in softly with your exercises. Start off slow. Start off with something that you actually enjoy. Like find something that you enjoy. Otherwise, if you go too strong and you hurt yourself too much, or if you exhaust yourself too much, or it has too much impact on any area of your life, takes too much time, takes too much money, now you're exhausted and you can't, do your chores or whatever it is, don't go with that first, because you'll fall off the wagon really quickly. So yeah, start off with something small, something enjoyable, and something that you can integrate for a daily practice, or like every 2 days or whatever. Like there's no hard and fast rules about this, but really, when you get the exercise going, when you get the blood flowing, you get all of your organs are like getting a massage inside. You're burning more energy. This feels good because you're starting to use the stores. Um, and in the case of especially strong exercises, you end up getting like a hormonal reactions, like it releases these happy hormones. I mean, you probably got to have the happy hormones with any kind of exercise. But when you get up to that level where you're really pumping it, your body just gets like flooded with these happy hormones. It becomes an addiction. It becomes an addiction. It becomes an addiction that's like stronger than those other addictions in many cases. A lot of people use exercise to get over their like drug and alcohol addictions, because when you start to really feel healthy, and this is the thing with food as well, when your body starts to feel healthy and feel energized, then when you put something like toxic back into it, or something that's heavy, or without nutrient, you'll really feel it. You become more sensitive to these things. the cleaner your system becomes, the more sensitive that you become, and so the more stimulated to be kinder on yourself, be kinder on your body, it becomes. It's a really good domino effect. So that's really great. The final like basic foundation to improve your life is meditation. So meditation is probably the easiest and the hardest in a way, because like the easiest because it can be the most passive and can be the most relaxing, and it can, you know, generate these amazing feelings inside of you. You can get really high. But it can also be, in the beginning, a bit annoying because it can be hard to sit still for a while if you're not used to sitting still and stilling the mind. Um, but you'll get through it. You'll get through it. Like, practice makes perfect, and there's so many different ways to meditate. Um, Basically, there's like an active meditation and a passive meditation. So, the passive meditation is it's like where you do your very best to still the mind, and that can be quite difficult because the mind is just used to this chatter, and that's why we're talking about right in the beginning of becoming a more positive person, because you're always thinking something, you're always producing something, and so if you can be producing more positive thoughts, and then the positive emotions that come from it because you're getting the connection with your higher self, if you can be like generating more positivity, then you're going to be feeling better. But so this is like the meditation where you're not thinking about anything, is really to like let go, to stop the chatter best you can. So one of the easiest techniques is to have a candle and just like burn the candle, and just like watch the flame flickering, and think nothing of anything else except the flame. Like having your attention on the flame is enough to kind of like just keep your mind on idle, just keeps you just like ticking along, and then as thoughts come in, which they will, you just like do your best just to let them go. Don't like hook into them and follow them down the path. Don't start thinking about the dinner later, or paying your bills, or the message that you forgot to answer on Facebook. Just like stick with the flame. Give yourself some time to do this, and you'll really thank yourself for it. So the idea behind the kind of like mindlessness of this meditation, the passive meditation, is to stop generating thoughts that have a resistant effect on your world, and with the the absence of resistance comes like a lifting up of the spirit. It's like your spirit naturally wants to lift up. You naturally want to float. You naturally want to be high. It's your natural state of being. But because you spend your day, we all do, this is not just you listening, but we all do, because we spend our days just like thinking about all these things, you kind of just like keep on telling your world what is, this is, this is, this is, this is. And so, if you kind of keep on getting the same thing. But if you like give yourself a chance to like let go and stop thinking about some stuff, stop thinking about anything, it gives your world a chance to rise up, gives your spirit the chance to rise up. It's really delicious. But like I said, this can be a little bit hard in the beginning and take some practice, but you'll get there. But the meditation that I enjoy the most, which I use as a daily practice amongst others, is like an active meditation where it's kind of like, it's like a mantra meditation. So mantras are great. Mantras are any kind of like sentence. It's a positive sentence that you repeat over and over to get the feeling of, like you're like generating a feeling. You're generating an energy. You're being the creator of your world. You're, you know, so a good mantra for example, for when you're like really low or like frustrated or in anxiety. 'Cause there's different mantras for different states of being. Um, you know, for when you're in anxiety and stuff seems to be like piling in on you. It's a really simple one that I learnt from Abraham Hicks, Esther Hicks, Abraham, is to just focus on the two words and the feeling of ease and flow. Flow like a river. You know, and this is a feeling, so this is an energy, like the energy, the feeling of ease, easy, ease. I'm at ease. What does easy feel like? Ease and flow, like flowing like a stream, flowing like a river of energy. So, you know, because this anxiety and this frustration, it's very like, you know, so this ease and flow. And when you like repeat those words out loud or in your mind, ease and flow. I can feel it now because this is one of my favorite ones, you know, is, yeah, you can feel it, and you start to resonate with that. You know, you start to have a harmony with those words. You feel it, and it gets really cool because you can change the feelings inside of your body, like quite swiftly with these techniques. You know, because it's a letting go. It's a letting go and it's a letting flow, and it's putting you in that natural state where your body wants to rise. So that's a really good one. But yeah, so all these things that we've just been talking about, they're all fundamentals. It's, you know, you can take any one of those subjects of positivity, like what you're thinking, what you're saying, and how you're acting to your world. You can take the diet, you can take the exercise, you can take meditation and spiritual practices, and just like, you know, go out in a whole network. There's like so many different practices for all different states of being within your world, like different situations call for different techniques. But I believe those things are fundamentals that will really get you kick-started and really start helping your world, and most importantly, make you feel better, because that's what life's about. It's about how you feel. You know, the presence or absence of something is just like stimulates a feeling. Being in a location stimulates a feeling. What your body looks like and feels like is about how you feel. You know, all of these things are about how you feel, and then how you feel is how the universe is going to react to you, or rather, how you feel is being an active creator for the next moments of your life. So I hope this has been informative and helpful, and yeah, this is one of my first videos ever. So, you know, we're all learning and enjoying the process, I hope, and love you all.